And there it is, old faithful double 10. And I suppose, Rod Harrington, if you're hitting double 10 every time, it means you're not hitting double 20. But does it really matter when you're putting the double 10s as Manley is? Brilliant stuff in the end, but it was a poor leg and it brings the averages down into the low 90s.
Yeah, and that's the second leg where Denis Ovens has gone up and missed a big number, and it's cost him the leg, although he did return to the board. So, could be a total different story.
41.
But Denis, you know, he's scoring well like Peter, but they're hitting too many bad scores. I know I keep on about don't miss the big numbers. I know it sounds a lot easier than it is, obviously. But it just means that you're more consistent, and Taylor's brilliant at it. Barnveld used to be good at it. Peter Everson was one. I remember when he won here back in 97.
96, Rod, to correct you, yeah.
But he just didn't miss big numbers. He
right.
really did play well the whole tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. I alluded to that yesterday, the fine performance he put in that week. And that's why we still look down the list, and especially a field like that which we've got this week. Look down the list and you see so many potential Peter Eversons who did what he did in 90, could do what he did in 96.
54.
Michael van Gerwen, for instance, after that remarkable win there against Andy Hamilton, who's to say that he's not going to go all the way this time?
100.
He's due a tournament. By Jove, that's some game, Van Gerwen and Mardle, isn't it, next round?
Yeah, it certainly is. I'll certainly be looking forward for that. And the game previous, Hamilton and Van Gerwen, an exceptional game. Up there with any sport. We've just had the British Open. You know, any top football match, and that is as equivalent to that, John.
Mardle and Van Gerwen, I'm just for one day going to become a spiv, Rod. You'll see me outside the door here selling tickets from 5 o'clock in the morning. Well,
100.
Call it 6:30. Yes, it'll be a tasty one. A lot of other tasty games as well. A few more tonight when the second round gets underway. Got the reigning champion first, though, to complete the first round, playing Wayne Jones. First on tonight. Next match, in fact. Could follow this immediately, you know, Rodney. We're on air at 7.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how James plays. Solid player, big fan of his. But he has had a little bit of flu, I believe, so be interesting to see. You get on that hot stage when you've not been 100%, it can affect you.
I said that of Ray McBarnable at Christmas. He opened the window and influenza. I think actually James Wade had a bit of flu at Christmas. Revisited him. Another careless start there from Ovens, and a bit sloppy, you know. 21, 86 left. Treble 18 leaves double 16. We know he can get double 16.
75.
And he'll have a go at it. Unless Manley takes this out. I have a feeling, Rod, he might.
Well, just needs to pitch the dart just over that. Well, Denis is coming back. Do you know, I think that Denis is missing these big numbers and having wild darts
40.
because that point sticking in his
Denis
finger, he's not getting the
32.
finger out the way quick enough on the release. And that's just hanging that dart off, but he wants this 32. He's not missed it yet, John.
Oh, yes, he has. And he could miss it again and pay for it. No. Well, he needed that, and it keeps him in touch with Manley at 6 legs to 4. You got a fancy one dart here, but you never know. We'll be back to see if Ovens can turn up the heat. This third session, Rod Harrington, it's Manley who has the throw, so you might expect to go into the next break still ahead.
Well, what Peter will do is treat this session as the best of 5 legs. If he can win it 3-2, he's going to be as good as home and dry. But Denis Ovens, he's only one break down, and he's got to break back as soon as possible, obviously. But if he can win this session 3-2, that'll be all square. But he's thrown too many loose darts when he's been under 100. You know, hitting them, missing that big number, and not having enough darts at the double.
Oh, good darts from Manley again. And Be rather a surprise if Manley from here were to lose this. Wouldn't be a shock by any means, but it'd be a little bit of a surprise. The man most interested in the outcome of this game, Matt Clark, Superman. He's going to be playing the winner of this in round 2. He managed to get a 10-ball victory over Roland Shelton in the first round. And I wish I was more Manly. Well, they both wear pink. But I would never describe Manley as anything but Manly, would you?
100. PD require 121.
Well, he doesn't need to take it out. He just needs to set it up. As we said, I keep saying, don't miss the big number.
57.
I was surprised he didn't go for ball 25 there. Manley normally does. And the reason for that is if it hit the 25, it'll left 59. It means 2 darts at the double when he returns instead of possibly 1. And if Denis Ovens hits another treble, big pressure on this 64 of Peter Manley's.
130.
Well, it's not a bad effort. They're both on a 2-dart finish. But I know what you mean, Rod. So he's only going to get the 1 dart at the double. This is what you were trying to... Well, you were making the point, and of course he's called 1 dart. Maybe that's also on his mind. I know I can get it in 1. So I believe.
Game on.
Well, he got away with it at that time, but I keep saying, give yourself as many darts at the double as you can. And Denis Ovens did put the pressure on. You can see there, Manley's now on 50%, which you expect Manley to be on 50%. But Denis Ovens on 22, 4 out of 18 is not good enough.
140.
Yes, and he knows where he's gone wrong, Denis Ovens, but he also knows, he's experienced enough to know that the game's far from over. Just needs to hit a purple patch.
81.
Yeah, he's still only 1 break behind, but Manley's starting to hit the treble 20.
85.
It's been a bit of a indifferent scoring game, some great scores and then some very loose ones. But Ovens has really got to get on the mark now. He's got to start following up the 140s with another 140. Can't just keep losing scores and letting Manley in, because the later this game goes on, you know that Peter Manley is not going to let Denis Ovens off.
3 times he's reached the semi-final here. On 1 occasion he went to the final, was beaten by the man sitting alongside me. 1917, the hottest stage possibly that you've ever played darts on, and perhaps anybody else. That was when you changed your shirt, was it 3 times during the game? It was a quality match. As a matter of fact, now we've had 7 games on the trot here that have gone with throw. The thing that I recall about that particular game, Rod, was that it was something like 31 legs on the trot that went with throw.
100.
You were really both hammering
Dennis,
it, hammering
160.
it. Neither of you missing the double on your own throw. It was a terrific match, it really was. And on 2 other occasions, Peter Manley's been in the semi.
Remember that day, Peter Manley missing the bullseye from the 9-darter, as we see Denis Ovens.
60.
Right, this will be a massive shot for Peter Manley, and this is what he's normally good at. This is right up his street. 16 for tops, his favourite double top.
96.
Well short, well short, well short.
56.
And Chrissy knows it. His wife, as Ovens looks for 20 and double 18 for 7-5, holding his throw. Double 9. Well, can't afford to miss this.
47.
No, Manley therefore his favourite double 10.
20.
He has yet to go beyond this to double 5. For the first time in the match he does so and gets it. That's quality, Ron. If you can hit doubles like that,